I'm Mary Hepler.
So my name is Mary Beth Lennon.
I'm Sister Fran DeMarco.
Caroline Senatori.
Well, my name is Sister Helen Amos.
I have worked at Mercy for 2 years now as a science teacher, but I mainly teach physics and environmental, and then I'm also a Mercy alum who graduated in 19.
And I am the president of Mercy High School, Baltimore.
And I've been a Sister of Mercy for 64 years now. And I'm the director of mission services.
And I am the director of Run the Foundation for Mercy. So I'm the chief philanthropy officer, they like to call me.
And I'm a Sister of Mercy. And my role here at Mercy Medical Center is I'm the executive chair of the Board of Trustees of Mercy Health Services, which is the overall board that owns Mercy Hospital. That's our mission statement today, and it says, as like the Sisters of Mercy before us, we witness God's healing love. So we care for the sick, but why do we do it? So that we're proclaiming that God's love is for everyone.
The Sisters of Mercy, founded by Catherine McCauley in Dublin, Ireland in 1831, are a Catholic congregation who have tremendously devoted themselves to service. They mainly focus on service to the poor, sick, and uneducated, which aligns with their critical concerns including women, racism, immigration, earth, and nonviolence. They are known internationally for their foundations and running of schools, hospitals, and programs to serve others. They desire to make a difference in society and are successful in countless ways, evident in those who they have helped.
Our mission statement begins like the Sisters of Mercy before us. So we try, even in saying that we don't isolate and separate ourselves from our lay partners. We see ourselves as a partnership, which is much different than somebody who has come to work with you. And that partnership is a give and a take, and it's learning from one another, and it's supporting one another. So it's a much deeper, that word partnership is so much deeper than just a relationship of people who work with us and support us.
So when I think of individual Sisters of Mercy and their dedication to service, their care, their warmth, those are certainly characteristics that I want to emulate, that I want to offer to others as part of my own character.
From a very young age, I've always had the Sisters of Mercy around me. And just the charism, the way that they treat people, the compassion that they have, the service mindset that they have has been instilled in me since I was really little. And I've always been around the sisters, so I guess I have like that direct connection.
You know, graduated from Mercy High School in 1985, and since that time have always been supportive of Mercy, even when I lived in Washington, D.C.
Certainly when I went to Dublin in May, I learned very quickly that the Sisters of Mercy are ever present.
So I feel like the Sisters of Mercy, and going back all the way to when it's founded, it's real people. Like, it's not like far off like the clergy and like all of that. It's real people who are the Sisters of Mercy, who like get what we're all going through, and they're not trying to be greater than, and they're just meeting everybody where they are.
Particularly the fact that we recognize that we grow from seeing and learning about the differences. We learn from one another.
The Sisters of Mercy here in Baltimore opened Mercy High School to serve a diverse range of students coming from all walks of life, diverse backgrounds, socioeconomic circumstances, racial and ethnic backgrounds, and religious traditions. So here is a place where girls can learn to work together, and particularly through the International Baccalaureate program, can become advocates for peace and justice in our world.
A Mercy education consists of 5 core values that fuel both educators and students in their academic career. These core values include being principled leaders, compelled by mercy, inspired by faith, having educational courage, and a voice for dignity and respect. Through Mercy's 54 schools, spread throughout 6 countries and 1 territory, the Sisters of Mercy are internationally improving and inspiring the world by producing young adults who are rooted in these core values.
I would not be here today, like having the level of intelligence I have, if it wasn't for the level of education and the rigor that the Sisters of Mercy want and require of their schools.
But today, when I see the girls, they're so bright, they're hardworking. They really are committed to serving others, and they want to make a difference in the world, and that is at the heart of the charism of the Sisters of Mercy and Catherine McCauley's legacy of service to others.
Here I lead student council, and we just did the food drive where we were able to raise over 100 meals for Paul's Place. So making sure that we are trying to end some of that poverty cycle, and that directly ties into racism, especially in Baltimore, because of zoning laws and all the history behind it.
As a student at Mercy High School, Baltimore from 1981 until 1985, I was influenced by the Sisters of Mercy who led the school, were present in the classrooms, and really set an example for all of the girls here in terms of leadership, dedication to intellectual pursuits, commitment to service, commitment to providing opportunities for women. Under the leadership of the sisters who were here at the time, they were just so determined to make sure that each girl fulfilled her potential and went to college or did the next right thing that was appropriate for her and would allow her to really develop her gifts and talents. So that was a clear message at Mercy High School.
Even throughout college, like I would come and like volunteer here because I knew what was happening here was important. Like even if it's not directly for service, the work that we're instilling in the students here and even in the whole community around is that your knowledge is not for yourself. Keeping knowledge to yourself is honestly kind of selfish at the end of the day. It is more important to share it and to help others with it, because you're not going to succeed by yourself. And when you raise other people up, and that's honestly what the Mercy Charisms talk about, is raising other people up, you're in turn going to do better. So like the service, like it's important to help others, but it's also for you in a way, because it's no fun being at the top one, right? And so like the Sisters of Mercy, they've always taught like, we want you to be successful. And like they know that success doesn't happen when it's just one person being like, I'm gonna charge forward. It's about helping the community, raising the community, and helping the lowest in the community. And that's what the whole Sisters of Mercy was founded on, and like they still stay true to it today.
Mercy High School is proud to claim almost 9,000 graduates. They live in Baltimore and beyond, and they are leaders in their community, in their workplace, in their families, and they are carrying the values of the Sisters of Mercy wherever they go. And I think that the Sisters of Mercy live on through their graduates, both here in Baltimore, and of course there are graduates of Mercy schools throughout the world. And we are proud to be part of a global network of mercy. Somebody once said, or maybe I've heard this many times, that mercy is one of the most beautiful names for God, God of mercy. And I think that living mercy and being mercy is needed more than ever. And I see our graduates doing that and making a real difference and bringing hope and help wherever they are. And that is the legacy of the Sisters of Mercy, for sure.
The fact that we're partners with Mercy High School, we consider ourselves a sister organization to Mercy High School. And we're proud of our Women in Medicine program, which is now old enough that we're beginning to see alums who are doctors. And so that's a really good thing. We know there's what is one of the needs of today? There's not enough nurses. So what are we doing? We're working with Loyola University, Maryland, to create a new nursing program. And so that's an example of how we try to match what we're doing to the needs of today. Mercy Medical, what we call Mercy Medical Center today, started out as Mercy Hospital. It was founded exactly 150 years ago. We celebrated the anniversary in November, 150 years. And the sisters came to the corner of Calvert and Saratoga Streets to care for patients who were being treated by doctors who were training medical students. So for the sisters who were founded for the care of the poor, sick, and uneducated, this was an opportunity to care for people who are sick and to train people to care for the sick. So both education and healthcare were part of the attraction for the sisters. That's what they wanted to do. And they wanted to do it in particular as a way of testifying to the gospel, to the fact that God's love is for everybody.
In my first few months at Mercy, I made a point of talking with all of our board members. I wanted to really learn from them what was meaningful for them. Why were they giving of their time and their treasure? What not only drew them to Mercy, but what sort of sustained their interest and their complete devotion. And one particular board member said to me, "It is the mission of Mercy that attracted me to Mercy and will forever keep Mercy in my heart, even long after I'm off the board." And he said, when I arrived in Baltimore, it was new to me. From the moment I walked in the door, I knew it was an extraordinary place, and I have never looked away. And I hope I'm connected closely to it forever.
We have a very unique culture at Mercy. It's one that really flows from Catherine McCauley and our mission and ministry of the Sisters of Mercy, which is compassionate care. And we learn, and people who come to Mercy say it's different when I come in the doors at Mercy, because our employees have learned over the years from the sisters and our partners that each person is individually, is uniquely a person with needs, that we are called to bring healing, our healing touch to their lives.
71 million in community benefits annually, including 20.6 million in charity care. We're the largest birthing hospital in Baltimore City. We address violence and addiction with our SAFE program. That's for victims of sexual assault. And here's a picture of our SAFE team. They got a citation from the President of the United States for their work with victims of sex trafficking. And we're also a founding partner with Healthcare for the Homeless. And we're the occupational health provider for the Baltimore Fire Department, the first responders, and the city workers. So lots of ways that we serve the community.
That really in Baltimore, again, we're on the map as being the first hospital, the only hospital who delivers the most babies. Just as Catherine McCauley was centered on women and children when she started the House of Mercy, Mercy Medical Center has a tremendous effort that we give toward our women's center and the SAFE Center.
Mercy is the #1 birthing hospital in the city of Baltimore. We have almost 3,000 babies born each year. And we want every mom to come in and feel like they can form a connection not only with their physician, but with other moms. So within that space, we've established a program called Centering Pregnancy. And Centering Pregnancy is bringing moms together, or moms that are pregnant, or women that are pregnant, at the same sort of time during their pregnancy, to form relationships and connections that will kind of take them through the pregnancy and in many cases, way beyond. And we have found, we started very small. We're now an accredited program at Mercy. So that's just one of many programs at the Mead Maternal Health Center. The whole idea behind that, you know, our founder, Catherine McCauley, had a particular interest in women and children and sort of lifting them out of difficult situations.
As part of our celebration of our 150th anniversary, we decided that we would give our employees the opportunities to volunteer. Every single month during our 150th year, they offered a specific volunteer opportunity to our staff. And staff could sign up to go to make lunch at Christopher Place across the street, or go to the Healthcare for the Homeless, or go to First Fruits Farm.
It was very clear that the Sisters of Mercy were at the very heart of the hospital, without question. But it was also clear that it was important to Sister Helen Amos, Sister Fran DeMarco, that the lay person sort of become an extension of the sisters, and like the sisters before us, deliver on that same promise, which is excellence in a community of compassionate care. So it, you know, the sisters will always be at the center of Mercy Medical. How do we ensure that the mission of Mercy lives on in perpetuity? How do we make sure that the patients of today are treated exactly like the patients of yesterday?
Being in a lot of STEM classes, you notice the gap. It really hit me when I was in a class of 30 students and there were only 2 girls, and it bugged me. And I don't want to sit in that classroom anymore, and I don't want other women to sit in that classroom. By being here, like, I can have the largest impact on women because I teach to all women, and encouraging them to think like, yes, you can be a physicist, like that is something that you can do, because oftentimes in the media we don't see very many representations of that. And I knew I had a very unique spot just in my own upbringing that I really wanted to be able to give back to the Mercy community, and then also encourage more women to go into the field of STEM.
Every 6 years, we have what we call a chapter, which is a big meeting of the Sisters of Mercy. And that's when we define what our critical concerns are going to be. And that's how we kind of keep ourselves all on the same page of addressing what we believe to be the most important issues for our day and time. So you look all the way back to the founding of Sisters of Mercy. Why did Catherine McCauley found the Sisters of Mercy? Because there were poor, uneducated women who, and they and their children suffered from oppression and lack of opportunities. So that's not exactly the picture we have today. So we try to keep up with the times. We assess what's going on today and say, how do we translate the original mission of the Sisters of Mercy to the things that we see as needs in the world today?
I hope that I give back to the Sisters of Mercy by leading their school in a way that expresses the charism of Catherine McCauley and helps to bring forward the next generation of women of mercy.
In mercy, we join with one